Hey guys, this is Bo. We're back in the house again. Listen, we're so big on mixed martial arts. We ran into a guy called Christopher Wilson. Chris Wilson's got a great background in mixed martial arts. He was one of the big players in the IFL before he made the boost to Bodog. So we're going to find out more what he's doing, what caused the little move for him, and we're going to find out what he is. And I can tell you right now, this guy's a lot of fun. We had an off-air conversation, and we're going to enjoy this today. So buckle up, sit in, and get ready for the freight train. How you doing, Chris?
Hey, how's it going, Bo? Nice. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, no problem, man. Tell me a little bit there, man. You got involved in the IFL and you made the move. What happened there?
I was in the IFL and I had some good matches in the IFL. Fought a lot of their starters. Didn't really have the offer that I was hoping for on the contract renewal, so I shopped myself around a little bit. And Bodog stepped up and gave me what I felt my market value was, and so now I'm with Bodog.
Now, in the IFL, in the UFC, in the Bodog world, it's kind of new to me. I know of it. I've seen it before. How does the Bodog differ from the IFL?
Well, the IFL is unique in that it is the only, as far as I know, the only team-based mixed martial arts league. So they just started one in Brazil, but it's, Brazil started basically mirrored the IFL. But the IFL is the only league-based one. So you have a team with 5 guys, one in each weight class, and they fight off. The teams go into the semifinals and finals, and then, and then there are rings that you win for being the team champs.
So now, what's going on with this situation is in Bodog. Tell me what's going on with that now. That's very, very large and very successful.
The guys at Bodog, they've been real good to the fighters. They've listened to their fan base and made changes. I think that they improve every show that they have. This is my first time fighting for them. This will be my first fight for them coming up next Friday. And so far, I've been really pleased with everything. They've been real professional. They've taken care of me. I feel like I'm well informed. So nothing but good things to say. I'm looking forward to having some great fights with them in their welterweight division. So you're going to want to stay tuned for those too, because I like to keep the action going. So.
Yeah, we got to see a lot of your clips from the IFL. Then YouTube has a bunch, and we're going to have you talk a little bit about your style. A lot of people write about styles and what people's background is. Why don't you tell us your style and what you trained in, so we can get verification?
What I trained in what? I'm sorry.
Your background as far as mixed martial arts. Where did you get your training from, and how did you actually figure out that mixed martial art was your bag?
Well, I started out, back in the day as a little kid. I took a couple martial arts like lots of people do. But I started training a little bit more seriously, when I was in my mid-teens with striking. And, going back and forth to Brazil, I had the opportunity to do some jiu-jitsu down there. But I'm primarily a striker. I trained striking down there with, nobody real famous, but it was a good school. And I had some good competitions down there, and started progressing from, points to full contact to Muay Thai. And then eventually when I came back to the States this last time, I was looking for some striking and ran across mixed martial arts, and then found out that Team Quest was in my hometown. So I went over there, got mixed up in that racket, and, and I loved it. Each step for me, it just kept getting more realistic. It went from full contact, but the rules were kind of funky, and then it went to Muay Thai, and now, okay, rules are getting better, and then it's like, well, okay, but it's still not real fighting, and then, you do mixed martial arts, and it's like, all right, well, how close can you get to real fighting without actually doing real fighting? And I think that that's what mixed martial arts offers today. It's a sport that is real complete, and that's what drew me to it, is the realism of it, to the extent that you can be realistic, you know what I mean? So, but my training background was primarily in striking, and then joining Team Quest, that really helped me sharpen my wrestling and my defensive wrestling also, and ground game and stuff like that. Wrestling's never probably going to be my A game. You don't take a guy who is a proficient striker and try to change him. You try to use what the guy knows how to do and sharpen up the other things that will help him play into his strengths. And that's exactly what I've done throughout the years is, we've tried to kind of mold my game after what I do well, which is striking.
No, I absolutely agree with you. There was Brad Blackburn said that before, is that he was a boxer, and then he had to learn some ground games just to help himself out, to understand when he goes into a fight, when this happens, you need to do this, and then get himself quickly out of it, get back on his feet again. Plus, sometimes the ground and pound can last forever when you're a viewer. You kind of like the stand-up action, down to the ground, and back up again as a fan.
Yeah, I found that, I think it's probably human nature when people go to a fight, they feel like if they're seeing the ground game, they're not seeing a fight. I don't particularly agree. I think that there is a ton of technique that goes into the ground, into not getting hit, into setting up strikes. You can be just as deceptive on the ground as you can